Alright, hello guys, this is Roadrunner. Just ended up getting the ReadyWise bug out bag, and actually pretty early. I was expecting this sometime at the end of this week or next week, but they just dropped it off. Uh, this is a 64-piece kit, and this one in particular, I already looked at it from when I was trying to record this earlier, and it stopped for whatever reason. It is camouflage, it's digital camo. The material of the pack isn't the best in the world. I prefer the canvas ones like my Vesma, but this really isn't that bad of a bag. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out and show you guys what's in this one. Alright, so here it is, camouflage in all its glory. When you take it out, the first thing you're going to notice is all the weight is at the bottom of the pack. And the main reason for it is the fact that A, it's because of the food and the water that comes with it, and B, not everything is spread out. Like, they got all these pockets. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, you got 5 different pockets of storage space, and the only one they're using initially is this. On the outside of the pack, before we go in, we have a bedroll holder down here. We have 2 water bottle pouches, and we have 2 straps on each side right here. Now, in my experience with packs like these that have the straps on the side, especially with the Vesma, you can actually you actually use on the Vesma, you use the straps on the side for your bedrolls, and my idea is doing the same thing, but you only get 1 strap on each side, whereas with the Vesma you get 2. Now, I'm pretty sure they probably had a different idea with this, but what I would do is be able to put a blanket. What I would do is I would put a blanket around the pack, and then here on the bedroll, with the bedroll straps, I'd probably put like a canvas or uh like a camouflage tarp or something to use for shelter. That's what I would use. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, see if I could do this with one hand. Here, let me stop here for a second. Okay, it actually opens all the way up. First thing I'm grabbing, let's see, you get, this is water, emergency drinking water. You get 1, 2, 3, you get 5 emergency drinking waters. It says here, drink minimum of 2 bags per person per day for marine emergencies. Drink water as needed for land-based emergencies. Avoid conditions which cause sweating or increase thirst, and discard bag if air or water escapes when squeezed. Now, I don't understand how this is going to be, because they say that this is supposed to be, let's see if I can find it on here. Because if I remember correctly, this is supposed to be for like 1 person. You get 5 bags of water, but it says drink 2 bags per person per day. But you only get 5 bags. So that's, I mean, if there's 2 of you and you're only in an emergency for like 1 day, which would be surprising, you know, I mean, I guess, you know, 2 bags per person plus the extra one depending on the situation. I mean, outside of that, this isn't really bad. I actually like this. Let's see what else we got. Ooh, here we go. We got the food. Alright, so I'm not gonna open up the package to show everything. Actually, right here on the back of the box, it actually tells us what we got. So we got apple cinnamon cereal, brown sugar and maple multigrain, cream pasta and vegetables, a hearty tortilla soup, or however that's supposed to be pronounced, Southwest white rice and beans, and whey milk alternative. And I think it says on the front how many actual calories there is. Well, it doesn't, but it says 32. That says 32 servings of food. So yeah, this really isn't that bad of a selection. Ain't that bad. I like that. And then last but not least, this. Whoa. All right, let's see what we got here. We have a collapsible camp stove. Very small. I actually used to carry this around with me all the time, and it's not that bad. 39-piece first aid emergency kit. It's kind of hard to tell. Let me turn my flashlight off real quick. There we go. See if that works. Well, it says here 10 plastic bandages, 3/4 by 3, 10 plastic bandages of another different dimension, 2 gauze pads, 3 alcohol cleansing pads, 1 butterfly closure, 10 cotton tips, and 3 antiseptic wipes. You also get, let's see, a stainless steel cup. You get a emergency, what is this, poncho. Alright, sorry about that. Anyways, on this side, you get 4 solid fuel tablets to go along with the stove over there. You get a KN95 mask. You get, what is that? Is that water oh yeah, we got water purification tablets right there. We have a box of waterproof matches. We also get deck of playing cards. We get a 501 survival tool, which to be honest really isn't that good. Matter of fact, I guess I will open this one up. You get, if I can read it, you get a whistle, compass, signal mirror, a capsule for your matches, and flint. I don't mind this. The only problem I have, the flint doesn't really work because it's extremely small. It's like this, it's about the size of my pinky right there, right? The signal mirror ain't bad, but it's a little too small. The compass actually works. The capsule works as long as you keep the black thing right here on it. The, whatever the one that keeps the water out. And the whistle ain't that bad. What else we got? Okay. Like I said, you got 40 safety matches, waterproof. You got your deck of playing cards. You get this stainless steel cup, which isn't really that bad. I used to have this one. You get this warning and directions for the waterproof, the water purification tablets, which are, you get 5 of them right here. Again, you get the KN95 mask. 4 solid fuel tablets. Is this the one I think they are? Yes, it is. Alright, so just word of caution. If you are in a wet area, you need to keep these away from the water. I've learned real fast that if you are in a rainstorm or out near like a river or something, and this is your only source of fuel to start, you know, boiling water or whatever, it will melt real quick. Tissue, which obviously toilet paper. Okay, here's your emergency blanket. I want to say this real quick. Don't use this as your only emergency shelter. And the reason why I say that, even though it says it reflects body heat and it's quote-unquote windproof and waterproof, the problem is that it doesn't really help that much. And I say that because it has been proven that people have actually died from using emergency blankets or space blankets, whatever the hell you want to call them, because of the fact that they use that their only shelter and it's not really working like the manufacturers say it does. And then the next thing you know, you got companies like, I think some of the countries in the nation of Scandinavia have actually outright banned these because people were using it as the only shelter and they were dying from it. My point is that if you're going to carry these around, use it as part of your main shelter. So in other words, say for example, if you were in a sleeping bag that wasn't waterproof or water resistant or whatever, I'd say put this over it, hold it down with some rocks, and then you'll have a better shelter than what you're already using. But don't use this as your only shelter. I will say this though, it is good for medical use as well, as a lot of y'all might know because you can actually use it for stopping shock and stuff like that. You get this emergency rain poncho. I'm not really a fan of these, as I've mentioned before. I'm more into the canvas ones. This, as the Canadian Prepper puts it, this is just basically a glorified trash bag. So, yeah. What else we got? I'll open this back up. What's this? Oh, This is, I believe this is the biohazard bags for when you gotta use the restroom. I'm assuming that's what this is, because I do not actually see this on the box. It doesn't say it anywhere on the box. Let's see, what's this? Oh yeah, the collapsible camp stove. You have this is actually really cool. This is actually worth the money. This is a flashlight where you have to squeeze this little handle right here on the side, and it's like those old Seikable flashlights. I wish I didn't do that. It's like those old Seikable flashlights where you'd shake the battery up and down with a magnet or whatever, and it recharged the battery, and you wouldn't have to replace the battery, and it worked for a while. That basically does the same thing, but there's a mechanism in there that charges the battery up when you're squeezing the handle on it. And of course, last but not least, you get the first aid kit, which I've already named off what was in it. Now, that's basically everything. I was actually thinking there was going to be more, but there really isn't. You already heard what I would have put it in on the outside with the blankets and stuff like that, which would cut down on the need of the fact of the emergency poncho and such like that. My point is, I think what they should have added into this, especially for the price I paid for it with that gift card, I would have added a decent multi-tool, especially since Walmart sells them for like $12 or cheaper. I would have added maybe like some sort of cutting device or something, because I mean, this is good and all, but there's no way for you to cut something that you need to get cut. There's no shelter building, really. That's one thing that kind of worries me. And I should mention in here, in this pocket, for in the video, that even though this pack is camouflaged, there's actually this orange ribbon. And you could pull it through this little hole right here that you can unvelcro. And if you want to get found, you can pull this in through the hole right here, and you'll be able to be seen a lot easier. But if you don't want to be found, you just tuck it right back in and let it be. And let's see, what else would I add in here? I would probably bring some sort of like, I mean, obviously you got the water bottle things on the outside, so obviously add some water bottles into it. And if anything, I would also add in like the mini Sawyer water filter. I would add it in one of these pockets, which they could be threaded onto the water jugs. And if anything, I'd probably add a couple of snacks and maybe a flint and steel, maybe a different fire starter other than the waterproof matches. But anyways, that's the ReadyWise bug out bag, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this, because this really isn't that bad. It's just missing a couple items. So I will see y'all later. Peace.